In this video, I'm going to break down 4 practices I've been implementing for the past month that have completely shifted my reality and make me sure that this is going to be my best year yet. If you want to go beyond the vision board and really step into full alignment of all of your desires, this video is for you. I'm going to break down each of these practices that are simple but a little unconventional and will have you showing up as a completely different version of yourself. If you're new here, I'm Natanya Bravo. I'm a business and identity coach, and I'm obsessed with helping you step into the life and business of your dreams. Please go ahead and click that subscribe button and give a like to this video, and let's get into it. If you watched my recent Delulu video, then you know that I did an experiment last year where I tried out 10 things a day for every day that were completely delusional and got amazing results. And each of these 4 practices has completely shifted how my year has started and how my year will continue to go. I truly believe that we have the power to do, be, and have anything we desire. And it requires us to shake things up. We cannot keep living the same life day after day and almost in zombie mode and asleep and expect different results. And so these 4 practices really have allowed me to shake things up and not just dream about it in my journal or on a vision board, but actually bring it to my everyday life. Number 1 on my list is a new one that a friend and I recently started, which is one outrageous thing every single day. What does outrageous mean? Of course, that's subjective, but something completely out of your norm. I'll give you an example. I recently went to my friend's house where we were just going to hang out for the day, go walk in her neighborhood, get some coffee, and we decided to get dressed up as if potentially we were going to get shot by paparazzi, to wear something that you would never wear walking in a residential neighborhood, taking her dog for a walk. And this is a quick shot of what I was wearing, but as you can see, I dressed up in this bright neon dress. I wore my hair really big gold earrings, and I was bold and allowed myself to be seen. Shaking things up in this way isn't about just being silly. It really is about allowing myself to get out of my comfort zone. Do you know what it's like to be walking down a neighborhood and have people look at you and probably wondering, where are this lady's going? But at the same time, there's something so powerful about that. And this isn't to say that you need to go and dress up in a certain way, but I would ask yourself, what is something that would be completely out of my norm today and likely a little bit uncomfortable? Another day, I decided to randomly reach out to someone that I follow who literally has about 5 million followers. In normal circumstances, I would never reach out to that person. They don't know me. I really didn't have a specific ask for them. But again, I am pushing myself beyond my level of comfort. Every single day, what can I do that is something out of my comfort zone? And really, what this is doing is building that muscle for me so that when I'm actually confronted with something that is both uncomfortable but exciting and probably a stretch into my next level, I'm already primed because I've been doing it on my walk to go get coffee with my friend, or sending an email and a pitch to someone that I would normally never reach out to, or going live with no script or outline. This is a practice of me stretching myself beyond my comfort zone and what is normal. If we start to live life in a pattern where everything we do is expected and within the realms of what is normal to you, life becomes a little bit boring. And so this is an opportunity to really shake things up. So something I like to do in the morning is set an intention for the day of what is one slightly outrageous but definitely uncomfortable thing that I can do today. It could be how I dress, it could be an action that I take, it could be someone that I talk to, but something that stretches me beyond what I would normally do on a day-to-day basis. If we look up the definition of outrageous, it is shockingly excessive or extreme, something that goes beyond normal limits, often in a bold or exaggerated way, or highly unusual or unconventional, something that stands out due to its uniqueness, boldness, or eccentricity. So again, I want you to think about, what does that look like for you? And this is so individual because everyone's realm and spectrum of normal is going to be slightly different, right? But what it should feel like is a stretch out of your comfort zone. And again, what we are doing is when reminding ourselves that it is safe to step out of the comfort zone at time, but also boldly taking actual action, not just knowing that it's okay to step out of our comfort zone, but doing it in small and big ways each and every day. This has truly been a game changer for my confidence, for my self-image, but also the results that I've already been getting. The second thing I've been implementing this year is from this book, Julia Cameron's The Artist's Way, which if you've never read it, I highly recommend. But one of the main practices that I love from this book, and I actually first did this about 14 years ago when I was on my original journey of rediscovery of self, is morning pages. So you can actually get the journal morning pages, or you can just use your own journal. But the main principle of morning pages is that first thing in the morning, when you wake up, before you pick up your phone to go scroll, before you do anything else, you are going to write 3 pages of just stream of consciousness. You are not editing these. It is not a journal entry. You can literally say, I don't know what to say right now. I don't feel like doing this morning. I need to do my laundry. Oh, I need to get some chips from the grocery store. I want to make a salad tonight. I wonder what my husband's doing. Oh, I forgot to fill out that form for my son's soccer camp. Doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be in any order. It can go from one topic to the next, but starting your day with a brain dump and getting that all out. Do you know how much more clarity I have every single day? As I said, I've done this before over the years, and sometimes I get away from it, and I don't know why I do, because it is so helpful. What we don't often realize is all that chatter that we have going on in the background, whether it's about things on your to-do list or a conversation you had yesterday that you're replaying in your mind, or a conversation you need to have tomorrow. That is stopping you from fully showing up clear and intentional throughout your day. So this is something I highly recommend doing every single day. You are just going to fill 3 full pages. It doesn't have to be legible. You don't ever have to read it again. No one else should be reading it. And it doesn't even need to make sense. It is literally every single thought that comes to your mind. So if you spend 3 pages saying, I don't know what to write, do that. But I guarantee you probably won't get to the 3rd page because something is going to come up. And that thing needs to come out of your brain and onto paper. There is something so magical about this practice. Anytime I recommend this to clients, within 2 weeks, they come back to me and say, wow, I have so much more clarity, so much more ideas. I feel so much more energized throughout my day. This really is a game changer, especially if you are juggling multiple roles in your life. You need to do a brain dump before you go and interact with the world, before you pick up Instagram or YouTube or anything else. Do your morning pages. Again, I highly recommend reading Julia Cameron's book. She has many great practices, but morning pages is the one that has really stuck with me over the years and the one that I'm going all in with this year. The 3rd practice that I've been implementing this year is a forgiveness list. You may have heard me allude to this before. This is something that is a non-negotiable for me this year. So I'm sure we're all familiar with a gratitude list, and that is great. We love those, being grateful every day, and you can still do those. And I would encourage you to do a forgiveness list, because we don't realize how much stagnant energy we hold on to. When I say forgiveness list, you may feel like it needs to be this big thing that you're forgiving, and it doesn't. It could be simply forgiving yourself for maybe that negative thought you had about yourself in the mirror. It could be forgiving the person that cut you off in traffic today. It could be forgiving a friend for something she said 10 years ago to you. But releasing that from your energy, even if you don't go and say it to anyone else, is a game changer. There is so much that happens each day, and I'll be really honest and say that most days, the things that I'm forgiving are me forgiving myself for a limiting belief, for negative self-talk, for maybe an action that was not me acting in my highest good. And we can really be so hard on ourselves and beat ourselves down. And doing this every day, intentionally writing out a forgiveness list for myself, for others, and releasing that energy so that it is not coming with me to the rest of my week, has shifted how I show up in the world every single day. Number 4 is one of my favorites because it allows for possibility. This is about following excitement and curiosity. So I tend to be someone that historically has been very structured. I structure my days, I write my to-do list, and that's all fine and dandy. But honestly, where the magic of my life happens is in simply going off script. What do I mean by that? Literally last week, I woke up, had a very long list of things that I wanted to get done that day, but I also had an inner urge to try out this new coffee shop that I randomly saw an Instagram ad for. There was no rhyme or reason. I actually don't even drink coffee, but something was calling me to go there. And I had every excuse in the book as to why I should not go there, because again, I had a very long to-do list. But in this practice of allowing myself to follow curiosity and excitement, I decided to go. I took my laptop, I took my to-do list, and off we went to this coffee shop where, again, I had no expectation other than getting a decaf latte. The second that I walked into the cafe, I got an email from someone saying, "Hey, I've been following you for a while and I would like to inquire about working with you one on one." Again, could be a coincidence, could not be. I order my coffee, I sit down, I start to get into my workflow, but I'm also being really present to the environment. I'm enjoying my coffee, I am taking in the sights and sounds. And as I pause my work and literally sit present to it, I got an invitation to speak at someone's event. Now, again, I don't think these things are coincidences. I really believe that oftentimes the things that we desire are on the other side of us following our innate curiosity and excitement. And the reason why I'm so clear this is not a coincidence is because I've done this enough times now to see this pattern over and over again. Every time I allow myself permission to go off script, to follow curiosity, to do things that don't really make sense in the moment. They're not part of the step-by-step plan that I've laid out for myself. Something that I truly wanted comes of it, even if the two things I'm doing are not even connected. I think oftentimes we limit ourselves on how we believe things will come to us. So we believe, okay, I'm going to send this email, and then as a result, I'm going to get these sales. I'm going to go to this event, and as a result, I'm going to potentially meet a partner or meet friendships. And you just don't know. What if that inner inkling you've been feeling to sign up for salsa dance classes on a Friday is actually the way that you're going to meet your next client? What if that store that you drive by and every time you say, "Oh, I'd love to go in there," is actually the place that you're going to meet your future partner? This idea of literally going off script in life every single day, and sometimes it might be a 5-minute detour, sometimes it might be a longer detour, but allowing yourself to play with curiosity and excitement is the key to everything you desire. And I want to give you guys one more bonus thing because this one I left off in the beginning, but it's actually really important. And it's about vulnerability. I know that sometimes we cringe when we hear the word vulnerability, but here's what I need you to know. There is power in your vulnerability. We often see vulnerability as a weakness, and I want to assure you that it is far from that. The things that connect us, the reason you probably watched my channel and many others is because of the level of vulnerability. And there is something beautiful when you are willing to boldly stand in your own vulnerability. One of my intentions this year is being uncomfortably vulnerable. And it's something that has been a guiding principle of my business for years. I often share things at my retreats, at my events, to my coaching clients that even make them uncomfortable for me. I talk about my failures. I talk about the moments where I'm crying on my bathroom floor because that is the beauty of life. It is not always jumping up and down, dancing in the mirror. Sometimes it is messy. Sometimes there are mistakes. Sometimes there are moments of doubt and complete insecurity. And boldly and bravely sharing those has led me to so many beautiful connections, opportunities, friendships, and relationships that would not have happened without a level of vulnerability. One of my key themes for this year is vulnerability. It is my guiding post to be really honest and really vulnerable, even when it's messy, even when it's not wrapped in a perfect bow. And I would encourage you to think about, what does that look like for you? I think a lot of us walk around with our guard up and unwilling to allow ourselves to be seen by the person in front of us. And there's something so beautiful when we're able to let that down and actually realize, hey, you're not that different from me. I'm not that different from you. I know sometimes some of us might feel like, well, I don't really have anything to offer. Well, the beauty is we all have a level of vulnerability that we're able to share with someone. At the same time, it is about using discernment, of course, right? So I'm not going to go and be vulnerable in a space where I know that I'm going to be attacked. No, but in a space where you can start to curate these types of conversations, because the other thing I've realized is everyone's afraid to go first. What if in your circle, in your community, in your business, in your life and friendships and friends, you went first? You were the one to speak up and boldly share what everyone else is afraid to say, but they're all thinking it. If this video resonated with you, I would love to hear from you in the comments. I would love to hear which of these 5 practices you are going to take up this year. What are you willing to commit to for maybe the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and really go all in? Because what I know, and having just spent the last few weeks implementing this, is the result of all that I am doing is me me living in my fullest potential and honestly having not only the best year of my life, but the best life that I could possibly live during the time that I have here. I cannot wait to read your comments. If this video was helpful, please do not forget to like, comment, and share so that more people can find this video. And go ahead and check the links in my description for other free resources of how I can support you. I cannot wait to see you on the next video.